It's good day and welcome to another fantastic edition of 360 Sport. My name is Mudashiru Shitu. It's going to be an interesting moment in the world of sport. For those asking, there's still not yet full opening of sports in the country, and it has caused a lot of support against and not as regards to the full resumption of sport in the country. But we're not taking our mind away from here in Nigeria, and we'll go to South Africa, where we have the president of Jump Rope Federation talking about Mokolopo. She is spearheading the revolution and the revival of jump rope, popularly known as skipping rope in this part of our world. And we're going to talk to her and let her tell us how she started in this particular sport. Good morning from Nigeria, yeah? Mokolopo.
Good morning. How are you doing?
We are fine. And how's South Africa today?
South Africa is bright and beautiful today. We're having a very good day. The sun is out. We have cloudy in some. It's cloudy in some parts of the country, but otherwise it's great. It's great currently.
Okay, thank you very much. I know you were in Nigeria last year, but I'm not going to start my question from that. You started jump rope at a very young age, and you changed from gymnastic to jump rope. Tell us how it all started for you.
I had a love for extraordinary things. I always wanted to try new things. And I think, as a black child doing gymnastics, it wasn't really the norm back then, not in South Africa, not in many African countries. So I was exposed to gymnastics. I was 9 years old then, and I fell in love with the sport. I mean, just the people tumbling all over the place and people being able to maneuver their bodies in ways that one cannot think about. I mean, it really enticed me. And that's how I started. And I've loved it. And I haven't stopped since then. So when jump rope, or rope skipping as we call it, came to South Africa in 2002, I really fell in love with it. I have been doing it. I went to all the courses. And, I took an oath. And my oath was that I will develop this sport because there was a guy that came from Belgium, Martin Godemir, came to South Africa. And I said, my oath is I will take this baton that Martin gave us and I will develop it in South Africa. And I've done it. I've done exactly that. From 2003, we managed to develop rope skipping in South Africa. And I've gone to become a coach. I'm still jumping myself. I've competed for South Africa in a couple of competitions, and it's been going well. It's been going really, really well. I did take a break out of competitions, but I only came stronger after that. I think I just needed that little bit of a break. And it's really been going well. For Africa as well, we've done a couple of development. You did say I was in Nigeria. I had the best time of my life. It was incredible.
Yeah. At what point, did you realize that skipping rope was for you? At what point? What really motivated you to continue this?
Yeah, I think, when it doesn't feel like it's a job anymore, when it doesn't feel like you have to think twice about waking up, about going to do and partake in your sport. And I realized that I really love this thing. And I was getting so good at it, and it's all because I've had the basics of gymnastics. So the tumbling was in order, the suppleness was in order. And when rope skipping came, it was fitting all that into jump rope, and I really enjoyed it. And I couldn't wait for the next day to really get to see what more can be done with the rope, because you can do so many things with that little piece of equipment. It's incredible and it's insane. And there's so many different kinds of rope skipping. And when you say rope skipping or jump rope, to a lot of people, they think you take really a piece of rope and you just jump. That's what people think. And it's beyond that. It's much more than just basic jump roping.
Thank you. Challenges are part of life, and we know that this success won't have been completed without you facing some hurdles, whether parental hindrance, societal hindrance, were there peer groups hindrance that doesn't seem, because we know the sport is not so popular in Africa, and definitely not in Africa. Can you tell us the challenges you faced and how you overcame them to become who you are right now?
Like what I've said, I've got the love for jump rope, and I'm very passionate about it. One of the challenges was that I started at 9 years, so I went through my teens doing sport, and being a teenager comes with its own challenges. There's peer pressure, there's people pulling you left and right, and you constantly need to remind yourself why you started, why you are really doing what you're doing. And for me, sport kept me out of trouble. And that's what I preach to even the youngsters that I coach. I tell them that, if it wasn't of sport, I don't know where I would have been right now. I've been doing it since 9 years, and I'm still doing it even now. I went to university, I was still doing it. I got my first job, I was still doing it. I moved to my second job, I was still doing it. So for me, it's not impossible. So the challenges are there. I'm not going to beat around the bush and say there are no challenges. They are there. The biggest challenge that us as African people that we face in this sport of ours is finances. We don't, for every competition, every championships that you need to go to, there's payment to that. And most of us don't afford it. And it pains me because when we go to the championships, the world really never the world never really get to see how good Africa is because of representation. And that's what we need to change, that we need to get more people on board to support an African child. We've got so much potential. And thus far, it's people that are able to finance for themselves, that can get to the championships or can pay for themselves. Or can get donations elsewhere. But if you're not one of those fortunate ones, it's very difficult to get to the championships. So yes, I've had challenges, and I market myself, and that's what I'm doing for my team as well. That's what we're doing for South Africa as well. So the more marketable we are, the more sponsorships come our way. So that's how we get across some of these challenges that we meet.
Okay, fine. It's obvious that you never had discouragement from your family, from your friends, and your parents. Or were they in full support?
I must say, friends are a different genre. Because, friends, there would be time that you have to say, no, I cannot be with you at a specific event because I've got some championships coming, or I have to prepare for a championships, or whatever the case is. Because you know what people see at the end of the championships? They see your medal, right? They don't see the work that comes, the work that you had to put, everything that you have to put in to really get that medal. And if I didn't say no to a couple of those things, I don't think I would have even be where I am today. So I had to say no, especially to my friend. My family, I must say that they've been full support. They've been supporting me since I started gymnastics, and they've never, my mom has been to some of my championships, and it still brightens me up and gives me so much courage to see my mom at my championships at this age. So you can imagine, my family has been very supportive, and I'm grateful for that.
Well said. Now, at this stage, let's look at skip, jump rope, and the African continent. Apart from South Africa, I'm sure that I wouldn't say Nigeria, because I know there are other countries that are also doing so well in jump rope. The future of the sport in Africa, and what Africa intends to get in the larger world, and whether is it an Olympic sport?
At the moment, jump rope is not an Olympic sport. I think we all know that to be recognized by GAVES as an Olympic sport, there needs to be a number of countries that are fully verified by the Olympics Council, and we, as jump rope internationally, we're working on that. Africa currently has 11 countries that are doing jump rope. And we have just recently onboarded Rwanda and Botswana, and I'm very excited because Botswana is just next door to South Africa. I can drive there, so I'm excited about it. But we've got countries like Tanzania, Kenya, Mozambique that have been doing jump rope for quite some time. Mozambique have actually been doing very well. They have a couple of world champ titles. And Kenya as well. So exciting times for Africa. Nigeria is on board. I was there. I was very impressed. Just with the development, there was so much talent. I think in a couple of interviews that I did when I was in Nigeria, I was like, wow, I can't believe that these are the people that we just teaching jump rope, and this is the level that we're seeing. So I think, the minute that countries like Nigeria, countries like Eswatini, as soon as they start attending world events, then the world is going to see wonders, because then Africa is going to be represented. I actually said at the last board meeting that I can't wait for that time where all the 11 countries that are on the African continent doing jump rope, I can't wait for all of them to be part of the world champs. I think it's going to be insane.
Well said. I'm sure that's a promising time for Africa. We'll go on this quick break. Kio Mokolopo from South Africa, stay on with us. We go for this break, and when we come back, we'll still be asking you more questions as regards to jump rope for Africa and the rest of the world.
In the last 3 years, we have built a multi-purpose center, which is the envy of all in our constituency. And I can tell you that the people who are living there are already enjoying it.
Guy, do you think what this man just said is true? See, I seriously doubt. I'm sure it's one of those their silly lies.
And wait, do you know there's a way to find out if these things he's saying is true or not? This is the Construct app. It gives people like us a sure way to track implementation of constituency projects. It gives valid and verified information on location of projects, amounts allocated, amount funded, the level of job done, and even the profiles of concerned legislators. You and I can post directly on this app.
Are you serious?
This is the Go-To app if you want to know how our Commonwealth is being expanded by the government.
Wow. Let's even see if what this man said is true. Show me.
The Construct app is developed by Other Paper Nigeria with support from USAID and is available on both Google Play Store and Apple Store.
And it's true.
Of course, I told you.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is TV 360 live from Lagos City, and we are on with Kio Mokolopo. She is the president of Jump Rope Federation, and there's a pioneer of this sport for the rest of continent, and she's also on the board of Jump Rope Union. Kio Mokolopo, thank you for staying on with us. We want to also questions have been coming from our viewers across the globe, and we'll probably be asking you some of these questions. But tell us, where is Africa and the rest of the world when it comes to jump rope? How far are we? How close are we?
Yeah. Okay. So the unfortunate part about Africa is that a lot of countries just started. So it means that from people like myself, from people like Elvis in Mozambique, from people like Papa Dennis in Tanzania. I'm talking about the guys that have been in the sport for quite some time. It means that we have a big task on our hands. And by that, I mean that we need to do a lot of development. Yes, we have countries like Botswana, countries like Somalia, Rwanda, Zambia that have come on board, but they are still on entry level. So we need to develop these countries and make sure that they get to be as competitive as the world. Is it possible? Yes, it is. I've seen what happened to Asia when Asia started. They didn't start long ago as well, but the level that Asia is in right now, they're very high. They have become speed masters of the world. So it's not impossible for Africa, because we also have our own way of jumping that the world really, really likes. And it sets us apart from the world. So Africa, I would say that it would take commitment and dedication from a lot of people in Africa to make it work. Not one person, not two people, but it will take all of us to make sure that we develop Africa to be what we want it to be. But we all need to be in it.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I want to ask, you've been on this board. The government of each African countries are members of the association. How supportive are the government? Because we know that it differs depending on the country, but how supportive, if you want to look at it, are the government in supporting this? And also to add to that, it's the issue of grassroots, catching them young, because we know this sport, you have to be very young to be part of it. These two, how do you think we can go ahead and catch them young in several African countries?
Yeah. Okay, so you've asked me two questions. I'll tackle number one about government and how involved government is on the African countries that are already in jump rope. And the answer to that is simple. It's so important for every country that affiliates with the international board to be recognized by their highest sporting body in their country, because that way, then automatically you are a registered, affiliated, recognized federation, right? And that way, government, then it becomes easier for them to support you because you are a recognized sport in your own country, right? So if I talk about South Africa, government does support. But do they pay for everything? No, they don't, right? So there's ways to do things. There are different means to get funding. But the biggest thing that a lot of countries really need to do is to make sure that they are fully recognized by their highest sporting body in order to open doors to finance. And that is so important. And in terms of development at grassroots level, that is I love that. That is what we do. So one of the programs that we do in South Africa is to develop jump rope in schools, right? Because every child in schools, they do some sort of sport, from gymnastics to soccer to cricket and athletics. And if you look at jump rope as a sport, it doesn't need a lot of equipment. What do you need? You only need a rope, and you need space. That's all you need. And a rope as well is not that expensive. I think it's one of your cheapest sporting equipment you can get. So starting it at grassroots is very important. That's what we do in South Africa. And that's how we manage to develop it in all our 9 provinces in South Africa. And every year we also hold national school tournaments. And from there also we identify talent that we can pull in and bring into the federation and later on move them to elite stages.
Okay, we were definitely going to hope we come to Nigeria soon. Before I let you go, any particular attributes of skills that learners, beginners must have to be able to know how to skip?
I always say that, if you can walk and you cannot jump, you can be taught how to do it. So I've got a 5-year-old son, and I started going with him to training when he was 3 years. And he was 3 years, and remember that when you are 3, you might not be able to hold your rope and swing it for yourself, but somebody can also swing it for you. And there are also certain things that you can do to prepare you to be able to jump for yourself. So that's what we do. And jump rope is so important. I mean, for coordination, for fitness, for controlling your heart, and we all know, I mean, if you have a good, healthy body, there's a healthy mind as well. So it's very good for kids that are still in school.
Okay, interesting. Thank you very much. And when are you going to come visiting back to? When are you going to come back to Nigeria for a visit?
You know what? I can't wait to come back. I'm so happy that in South Africa the lockdown have just been lifted to an extent. We are on level 1 lockdown now. We can do international traveling. So I don't know, maybe soon. I mean, it can only go better from here. We all just praying that we don't get a second wave of COVID and we don't go on lockdown level 5 again. I mean, all of us are praying. And I think as soon as everything goes back to normal, I think all activities will really full force begin, and we can start going to other countries as well to further develop jump rope.
Yes, I want you to promise us that you will be in our studio live so that we can continue the interview when you're back here when you're in Nigeria.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I will. I'll definitely do that.
Thank you very much for your time, Kyo Mokolopo.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Yes, that's Theo Mokolopo. She is the president of Jump Rope Federation, started from gymnastic to the sport called jump rope, popularly known as skipping rope, where we see athletes skipping. She has done so well for the revival of the sport across the continent. Away from South Africa, life here in Lagos, we go straight to one of the future star of football in Nigeria, who is Chinedum Akim, who is doing so much for himself in China. He will definitely tell us what the future holds for. He has been making sure that he plays for professional football clubs across the globe. But before his dreams become a reality, he's definitely going to be one of the best players the future we look forward to. He has Ronaldo as his idol, and we'll go straight to China, where Chinedum tell us about himself.
Hello everyone, my name is Akami Ephraim's Chinedum. I started playing football at the age of 5. Like, since I was 5, I always loved playing football, and it's always been my passion. The position I play is center forward and on the wings. These are my 2 favorite positions. I really love playing this position. Like, that's 9 and on the right wing 7. My favorite players are Cristiano Ronaldo, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and Nicolas Pepe. These are my 3 favorite players, and the one I love the most is Cristiano Ronaldo because he's a very, very great player, and I would really want to be like him. Yes, my parents really encouraged me to play football, like right from day one. They've always been very, very supportive. Like, for example, my dad, he got me my first soccer boots. He's always taking me to training. Whenever I have games, he's always there to support me. He's always there recording, taking me pictures every time. My dad is always there. He's always taking me to the gym. Even follows me to the gym, stays there and watches me train, and he's always encouraging me, giving me different types of advice, always telling me that I can be great if I just keep working hard. My mom also, she's always praying for me, always advising me to keep working hard and always keep staying focused. My parents have always been very supportive from day one, so thanks to them a lot. And I want to be a professional player because this has always been my dream since I was 5. Like, I've always wanted to play football professionally, and I just did something I have fun doing and I have a passion for. I've always wanted to do this. Like, that's my happiest moment. I always want to do this. I love playing football. It's my passion, and I really want to take it professionally. And my dream clubs are Arsenal and Real Madrid. I would really love to play for those clubs if I get the chance, because Arsenal, I've always been supporting Arsenal. I really love watching their games, all the players. I really like them a lot. I really love to play for Arsenal if I get the chance. And also Real Madrid is a very, very great club. Right from when Cristiano Ronaldo was there, I've always been watching their games, and I really like the club. If I get a chance to play for them, I'll be really happy. These are my 2 dream clubs. And the challenges I'm facing to get a club is lack. The main one is lack of connection. I haven't gotten the right connection yet to get a club. I feel if I get the right connection, definitely I'll get a club. But for now, I don't have the right connection yet. That's why I haven't gotten a club yet. This is my main challenge. Yes, of course, if I get an invite to play for Nigeria, I'll be very happy and honored, because I wouldn't want to play for any other country. It's definitely going to be Nigeria. I feel I'm a very, very patriotic citizen. I always want the best for Nigeria, and if I'm invited to play for Nigeria, definitely I would like to play for Nigeria. Always, anytime, any day.
Yes, you're welcome back. A featured player, Chinedum, doing so well for himself in China. He's played for an academy in China, and well, the future rise. How Messi and Ronaldo started in the same far phase, and then we can only hope that fortune smiles on him. No doubt, Nigeria is not a country that lacks talent when it comes to the game called soccer, and Chidom is one of the future talent open for the best. This is all we could take on today's program. My name still remains Mudashiru Shitu. Thank you for all your feedback, for your comments on all the social media platforms, for always getting involved with us. For better beyond TV360, you could check us on YouTube, TV360 Nigeria, and many more, so that you could get what you need to know in the world of football and sport especially. This is all we could take on today's program. We'll join the curtain. Same time next week, we'll get to you what you know and what is trending in the world of sport. Bye for now.